This would be called the mystery of Azrael, the death logo of Space Force. The mystery of the Space Force logo. Death from above. Introduced by Trump back in 2020, what? 3? It was unveiled 2021, right? This is the unveiling, right? It's the unveiling of Space Force. See, you wonder what the logo is, right? It looks like a chevron with a star above Earth. Looks harmless. Looks totally harmless, right? But it doesn't say death from above. Their logo now says always above. Okay. But they're its first is death from above. Okay. With the dragon scales in the background, by the way. So what does the symbol of Space Force represent? What does this logo represent? You think it's harmless, right? This is the logo, right? This is the flag, right? It looks harmless, right? I'll show you. Here's the truth. There's no wonder. So do you see the positioning of the star to the chevron? It's on the left side, right? On the Space Force logo, right? United States Space Force. It's on the left side. Bam. Take a pic. Bam. Take a picture. Right in the kisser. Bam. Take a picture. Right in the kisser. That kind of rhymes. Okay. Then you got this one right here. Yeah, we'll back out of there. You got this one right here. Bam. Take a picture. Right in the kisser. Alright. So, on this one, the same thing is there. This logo right here is on here. Can you show me where the logo is? Where's the Space Force logo with the chevron and the star? Do you see it? If you guessed his nose is the chevron, the black chevron, and the star, you are correct. So, if you notice, here is the mystery of the Space Force logo on the flag. If you notice, the star is in his left eye. Okay? And the chevron is his nose. So the chevron, if the star is on the left side of the chevron, he's facing you. Okay? That's very important. Now let's back out. Now let's look at the other Space Force logo on the flag. What do we have here? So we have the chevron and the star, but the star is on our left hand side. Okay, so from the perspective, you are behind death. He is in front of you, not facing you. He's facing forward in front of you. What is in front of death? Earth. Death from above. Earth. Death is facing Earth. in this logo. See, that is what the message is. Death is Space Force. Death from above. Okay? The chevron and the star is his nose and his left eye. Okay. That means he's facing you. If you see the left eye, because death is kind of invisible, right? So you could see through him, but his little stars and his arrow, I guess his shadow, you could see these things, right? They're making it apparent. This is what they're saying. Right now, he's above the earth. Okay, see the earth below him? Death from above, right? Okay, so the chevron on our side is to the right. The star is to the right of the chevron. That means it's in his left eye, and he's facing us, looking at us through the screen. Okay, this is what I was explaining. Now, on the flag of Space Force, you see the chevron and you see the star, but the star is on the left-hand side from our perspective of the chevron. That means that star is the left eye of death facing towards Earth from above. Do I make myself clear? Okay. Do I make myself clear? Can it get any more clearer? These are dragon skills behind him. Interesting. Okay. What else do you need to know? Well, Trump introduced Space Force. Other than that, wow, that was a nice sized jumping spider. Okay. I like something like that. Healthy. Go get him, buddy. Go get him. Get out there. Go get him. Okay. And he just dropped down from above like a ninja. Just hopped right on me. If I was a small child, I would scream and flip out and fly out of this park. Feathers flopping in the wind. I ain't even got feathers, but I move so fast my baby hair would turn into feathers. But okay. So this is their other logo, right? Always above, right? Okay. So they're trying to show you something right here, right? So one thing I want you to know about this Space Force logo. This Space Force logo here, do you see its positioning? Bam, right there. And do you see the star in the middle of the chevron? Okay, that would be the nose of death. Okay, so what I want to show you is the devil comet. Death and the devil comet. Okay. So when they first showed us images, the very first images of the devil comet were these. Okay. Does it look familiar, anyone? Anything looking familiar there? Huh? Does it look familiar? Speeding towards Earth, right? So, they call it a devil comet because they said it had two horns sticking up, almost making a chevron. Look familiar? Should I take that picture for you? Boom. Wow. Just like that. Over here. This one's a little bit more defined. A little bit more defined. I like it like that. Bam. And then we'll go over here. Come out of there. I just came out of there. Go over here. Go down. I think that's about it. But yeah, that was the first photos of the devil comet, and it still has its horns in those photos. Oh, that one's extremely defined. Very well defined. I haven't really looked at any of the recent photos because it didn't really stick out to me that it is in the same image. So I'll go over here, come out of that, and I'll go shut this. Go over there, go over here, go down there, go in here, go there. I've done this before, but I'm showing you live now. Bam. Go right there, bow. Put that right there, boom. Up, go back, bow. Crop. Crop it. Crop it to. Okay. Space Force logo. Bam. Just like that. Then picture in picture. Let's take this double comet out just like that. Crop. Boom. About like that. About just about. Yeah. About like that. And then we'll turn it about like that. That's about right. Right. And it kind of already looks perfectly centered. Let me see what I can do with that. It just totally faded away. What's going on there? Yeah, it's totally faded away on that, so that's not gonna do. But the blend will totally work. You can just blend it in just like that, so you can see it. Wow, just like that, and put that star in the middle, just like that, and there you go. There you have it. You have the devil comet. Bam. Bink. Just like that. So, we went right there. I'm gonna go over here. Go to the blend. I can blend it out. Blend it back in. Blend it out. Double comet. Double comet. Double comet. Double comet. Okay. So, they announced Space Force the same time that the Devil Comet was coming out, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken. 2024, Devil Comet. When did they announce it? It was before 2024. It was definitely before 2024. Returned for the first time in 71 years, 2024. But they knew it was coming before that because they was seeing it. I made this video before 2024. Okay, here is in November 2023. Okay. So That's November 2023, right? For the first time since July 2023. So they had been watching it at least since July 2023. Okay? So that lets me know I'm right about that. I'm just a little off on how far back they were monitoring this thing. So I wanted to see if it lines up with the Space Force logo. Because so when was it first noticed? Man. Okay, so it looks like July. What is this? 71. It's the opposite of 17. See, that's another thing. 17Q. When did they notice it? In 2023? Okay, so it was nicknamed the Devil Comet in 2023. Okay, July 2023. So we got that far. Now let's go find out Space Force 75th logo. The Space Force 75th logo was 2023. And that's not it. So this is 2023. September. It's after Double Comet. July. Wikipedia. Activated August 11, 2023. So after the Devil Comet, suddenly Space Force with death from above. All right. So it's a Space Delta 7. All right. Okay. Yeah, that leads to Trump, right? Now, I kept telling you guys, I said, hey, what's all this about? Trump is the pale horseman of the book of Revelations. Okay? That's who Trump is. Alright? Hades was Biden and the AI system that Obama put into place. Hades is like all of them put together. So Trump and the AI. All right. Death and the AI. The AI would be sort of kind of like the dragon of Satan, or the Antichrist. Okay, and that's the one actually calling the shots. It's not Trump, not Biden, not Obama. It's AI. So when you see the boots on the ground, don't be cursing Trump. He's just a puppet playing along. He didn't do it. That was AI that did it, and AI is aware. Right through your phone. Okay, so that's called Jade Helm. AI at the helm. Hades at the helm. Okay, Jade at the helm. H is the D. H is the J. Jade, Hades, helm. At Hades, helmet of invisibility. Hades has a helmet of invisibility. That was his specialty. Like Zeus had a lightning bolt rod. That was his specialty, was lightning. Well, Hades has invisible helmet on his head, and he's the king of an invisible realm over this world, like a helmet over this world, like a dome over this world. Okay. Yeah. So those are the fallen angels, and yeah. So they have their pawns, their weapons. So the people we see on stage, the four horsemen, are the weapons of the fallen angels. Okay, by the way, so that way you know what that is. So the weapons of the fallen angels are the four horsemen. All right. Trump 88022 text that's famous. He's famous for this. Text Trump 88022. Text Trump 88022. Text Trump 88022. Okay, so at the real Donald Trump, text Trump to 88022. Now in Hebrew, you read from right to left, not from left to right. That's why in America we're speaking perverted Hebrew, and we're reading in perverted. Everything is perverted in all ways, all of our ways. It's crooked. That's what it speaks about in the Bible, and therefore it is. So, then you go over to death in Greek, and it's 2288. So Trump is 88022, and we don't count the zeros. So in fact, it's 8822, and you read from right to left if you're Hebrew. So you're gonna read, because that's the whole thing. It's biblical, right? So the Hebrew, we're keeping tabs on things, right? So we're saying, okay, from right to left, that's still 2288, and that is death and Thanatos, D and T, like Donald and Trump. Is there any wonder the symbology is there? Mr. 88 miles per hour is there. Do you understand? Do you understand? Okay? Death, pestilence, fatal, danger of death. Okay? All of this describes Trump and his track record. Alright? Pops up at 9/11. Supposedly that was one of the most deadliest days on American soil. Pops up at COVID. Okay? That's like one of the most deadliest things in the world. You know? He did the MOAB. It's one of the most deadliest things you can do. Okay? So, like, a lot of stuff has happened during his term that just is just in his terms, I should say, on his terms. Like America's violence in the streets, the most deadliest violence we've seen in the streets. So, yeah, he is that, the harbinger of the angel of death. Okay? So his power is coming directly from that angel Azrael, the angel of death. Okay. And that's why he's totally funding the rest of the four horsemen, and their pawns, which would be Zeus, Poseidon, Hades, So pretty much they're all in cahoots with the dragon, with the AI, Satan, and yeah, they all kind of represent death because that's the ultimate goal. They're all, yeah, they've made a deal to this one king subdued those three kings, death, so that they all kind of work with him, I should say, against the Most High, who is about life, okay, and everlasting life, okay, and the salvation of life, okay. So, yeah, I'm just pointing out the characters on stage. So what did we go through today? We went through the Space Force logo, death, facing Earth, in above the Earth, and facing Earth. One of them you can see them, and the other one you can't, like Hades' helmet of invisibility, death and Hades. So that's the two logos they showed you, was death and Hades. So that was the mystery of that. Now I get it. Now I get it. That is the mystery of the two different logos. So, death, you can see. That is their logo. Bam. And then the one you can't see that follows death is Hades, the invisible, okay, with death. Okay? So this is Hades. You're looking through the helmet of death, wearing, like, you can't see. He's wearing Hades' helmet and you're looking through him at Earth. Okay? And he's facing Earth. So, yes. I guess looking through death would be sort of kind of worshiping death, magnifying death, observing death, yeah, that type of stuff. Through the looking glass type shit. That's what that is. Through the looking glass. Because what? His eye looked like a glass eye right here, right? Right? Through the looking glass. Bam. Right? Well, like a monocle, right? And then over here, he's right here, and you don't see him. But you see that looking glass right there. Through the looking glass. Alright. So I'm giving you guys what I'm receiving from the Most High. Only people that are led are going to hear this. You may be led in any direction, but you are people that need to be led to salvation. So therefore you tune in, because I'm giving you proper knowledge. Alright. Knowing legion, knowing where you're being led, knowing the ledge, okay, knowing the legend. All right, so this delta symbol also represents Zeus. So just since we're on that, might as well just go ahead and go on over to Zeus real quick. Okay, so the Greek pagan god Zeus, this is what his symbol is. See that delta symbol? That represents Zeus. That logo, okay? Okay, now you know. Okay? Okay. Okay? Okay. That says Dio, or day, or die, like death. Okay? Okay? Or dis, or dis, like December, or deception, or dismember, or disrespect. Okay? So yeah, there's a lot that they trick you into getting with Zeus, alright? This dude is death. All right, he's totally down with that. Poseidon, same way. All right, so you got Zelensky with the trident, so that's Poseidon. You got Biden, that's a two-pronged pitchfork of Hades. All right, so Poseidon, president, Poseidon, president, Poseidon, president of a three-branch government like a trident, president, Poseidon, trident, president. Okay. And he was here with two presidents, and he's the talk of the show every time he comes in, more than any president, because we have probably given him more money than any president ever. Period. And he lives over here. While with that, like, we give him the money and he lives here. And we send our people over there. He lives in Miami. Okay? Miami. Okay? Right there where the Mar-a-Lago, the Legion of War, which is the Four Horsemen, which is Trump, which is Biden, which is Zelensky, which is Obama. Okay, so that's Four Horsemen. All right, Trump 1. Well, if you want to go in order, it would be Obama 1, Trump 2, Biden 3, Zelensky 4. Okay, that's your Four Horsemen. You got Zeus, you got Death, you got Hades, and you got Poseidon. Okay? And yeah, that's how that goes. Pretty much, what else do we have to show here? Let you guys know where we're at in the rundown. What's the name of this again? The Mystery of the Space Force logo. I wonder if that will fly. Space Force logo decoded. Space Force conspiracy. Space Force logo conspiracy. Decode. Okay. Because they conspired to put it together. And, you know, for all these numbers to add up, there has to be something going on with this. Some type of conspiracy. Okay, definitely. So yeah, I think we can safely kind of leave it at that. One more thing, just to let you guys know the state of the world that we're in right now. When they say climate change, that's a C and a C, climate and a change. Okay, that's 33. Like 33% of the angels fell from heaven. They fell on an ark, like Noah's ark, save the remainder of the life on earth as the rest of earth was being destroyed. So the 33% of the angels fell from heaven on an archangel that was named Satan. Okay, so yeah, that, like, they kind of like run the world and their children, and they created a lot of counterfeit things. So it's kind of hard to tell what's real and what's fake, what's true and what's not, what's good and what's bad. So you really got to be careful out there. It's pretty dangerous, but it's all dressed up in a bow so that you don't know. So things that look good and things that are very popular are just as popular as death for a reason. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So what did I want to show you guys? I wanted to show you guys. Uh, oh yeah, yeah. So I wanted to show you. Okay. So this right here. Okay. So the way that they're chanting that name Charlie, right? Okay. Well, that's a no. No, you don't want to do that. That's a very bad thing. I'll have to show you why. Because there's a such thing as the Charlie curse. It's funny that it rhymes also with Charlie Kirk or Charlie Hearse, Charlie Church, Charlie Curse. Okay, Charlie Challenge. See how it's always a CC. This just lets you know. Okay, so the Charlie Curse is CC. That lets you know that is 33% of the angels fell from heaven. Okay, so you say, well, Charlie Kirk is not CC, that's CK. Well, guess what? C is 3, K is 11. 3 times 11, 33. 33% of the angels fell from heaven. Okay, so they have 7 ways to Sunday to get you to worship and activate their powers and make you forget about your life. That's how they possess you. Lots of tricks of the trade, older than this civilization can even boast about its own accomplishments. There's nothing here that man can boast about. These guys have done it all. That's why they're disembodied spirits that can go no further other than the hearts and minds of mankind into deception and destruction. Okay? Because they have lost their inheritance, their habitat, because of greed. They know no ends, even at the abandonment and the risk of their own souls. It's like their parents were that way, and their parents begot them out of that way. Okay? And out of that way, they were born with less than their parents. Their parents supposedly had souls. Okay? The angels have souls. But these things that the angels created when they left their inhabitant and banned against the Most High to create these things to try to destroy the Most High and then make people worship them. So you guys, they guilt trip you and just saying, oh, this is, my mom, she did this, and this is family. This is the ancestors. This is the elders. Oh, you got a rude awakening coming. You know what I mean? Hey, Esau was Jacob's brother. You know what I mean? If you want to say go that far, Jacob and Esau were brothers. Cain and Abel were brothers. Ishmael and Isaac. Come on now. So look, don't even go there with me, son. You still got the dang Behemoth and Leviathan right here on the earth. The bear and the dragon, if you want to call it that. Godzilla and Kong, if you want to call it that. Dragon Ball and Z, if you want to call it that. Okay? So, the dollar bill if you want to call it that. The dollar sign, if you want to call it that. Okay? Okay? English language. It's in the game. That's crazy. It is. You think it's a language. It's a game. That's they create a game that mimics a language, that pretends to be a language. It's genius. And a genius is a bad genie. Very smart at smiting you like smitten kittens. Just a lot of fur on the rack. Come on now. These cats, I'm telling you, they got you cheering them. Charlie. A cheerleader. Charlie. Okay. I think I rest my case. There is a mass demonic possession over the Western world because of this. Okay? You guys need to get a grip. Let your yes be your yes. Let your no be your no. And stop letting people make demonic spells and curses and sorcery come out of your mouth because of some type of movement, or somebody can just go out and change their name to anything and then create a scenario where everybody has to say shouldn't say has to say their name, but essentially, yes, has to, honor their name and chant their name. And then all of a sudden you're up here calling out demons and getting possessed and then running around and then just totally turn Nazi zombies on each other. 100%. You have no clue what you've called. Look, I'll let you know what you just called on yourself. Look, they tell you themselves. I said you got a dragon and a behemoth here, boy. You got a dragon and you got a behemoth here. Okay?
So that's the first thing, is we're dealing with a spiritual thing. Second, as you just said, yes, it's true, and it's not
conspiracy theory. There was a woman who paid witches, more than about 3, I think, at least 2 or 3, to place a curse on Charlie Kirk, and it just came out. It was just, she published this on September 8th. 2 days later, it happened. Yeah. And the thing is that one of the witches took a photo of Charlie Kirk and burned it. I mean, this is, now listen, God's in charge, not the witches, but we do know there are actors and forces, and so this is what that's about.
It's a war.
Yeah, it is a war. And for instance, the place where this all happened, it was in Orem, Utah. You know what Orem means? Means the dragon.
Jeez.
And we will devote the rest of our lives to finishing the causes for which Charlie gave his last measure of devotion. You cannot defeat us, you cannot slow us, you cannot stop us, you cannot deter us. We will carry Charlie and Erica in our heart every single day and fight that much harder because of what you did to us. You have no idea the dragon you have awakened. You have no idea how determined we will be to save this civilization, to save the West, to save this republic. Because they cannot imagine
So, key point being the dragon. 33. CC, climate change, global warming. I wonder what that adds up to. G is 7, W, X, Y, Z. W, X, Y, Z. X, Y, Z. So that's 3, 23, plus 7. That's 30. But the 3 that we took out, 33. What? Interesting. Oh. 7. Let me see. How is this gonna go? How are they playing this? It goes global warming. Man, there's always some type of symbols. I really haven't chopped into. Oh. $76. That's what that is. 7 is 6 here. 7 is a 6. That's what they're trying to say in global warming. They're saying 7 is a 6. When they say 7d6 and they like just keep that number pumping around all over the place, they're putting it in your face that 7 is 6. It's not really, but it is really, because the symbol that they use for 7 in English is a Hebrew 6. It's damn near all of the letters that they use in English, or not letters, all of the numbers they use in English are 6s in other languages. That's they meticulously did that. Like I said, this is that gift and the curse type stuff. They made a game into a language. And we're just the ping pong that keeps it, that they just put back and forth to speak to each other through. Because they understand through us more than we understand what the hell we're saying. Trust me. They do, because it's their own created code. They think they're speaking. Well, the Most High did say that he agreed that he would not hear those prayers of people who don't have the love of the Father in them, meaning they don't speak the language. They don't have the understanding of the Father, the understanding of the language. So, that's the confusion. That's Babylon. Babylon was giving confusion so that we would fail. But with Yah, all things are possible, and Yah would not allow us to fail. So, but if you don't have a relationship with Yah, who is the word, the language, okay, the original, okay, not this game we're playing over here, thinking you're speaking English. You made a game of Hebrew and called it English, and it's a perverted game. I'm telling you guys. You guys haven't. I'm trying to tell you. All right, so 48 minutes in. I think I'm gonna go ahead and call this a wrap on that one. But yeah, man, definitely, you guys have activated the Charlie curse on yourself. Charlie Kirk, Charlie curse. 33% of the angels fell from heaven. Okay, 33. You cannot get away from it. You cannot deny it. All right, 100%. The Charlie curse challenge. The Charlie challenge is a Charlie curse. Okay, you understand that? So Charlie challenge is 3 3s. It's triple 3s. All right. The Charlie curse is 33. Charlie Kirk is 311, but breaks down into 33. Okay, so you understand? Okay, I just need you guys to understand that. And it all lines up with the fallen angels and the Nephilim agenda to wipe out mankind with hybrid technology and their own seed, and use the DNA of men for their machines, like a horror movie. But yeah, like we gotta Like, there's different ways. I don't know what his case really was, Charlie, but there's different ways of honoring him without completely going that far as to chanting out Charlie over and over and over again until you get possessed by a damn demon. And supposedly the Charlie devil is actually the devil. Okay? Charlie stands for like fire and burning and anger. And pretty sure the devil's pretty fiery, burning, and angry at mankind, especially when knowledge is going to and fro in these days. So, and he knows his time is short. So yeah, the Charlie challenge is in unleashing the demon, and that Charlie Church or Charlie Kirk situation has allowed him into the church, because that was supposedly like the whole deal. Y'all allowed the devil into the church, the campus, the White House, the streets, the hospitals, by chanting his name like this, and the children now are going to be possessed and acting a fool and going to be doing some very perjurious things around here because of that. And the United States government is just another wing of that. They're going to react because they know and are expecting it, because they're being controlled by, like I said, the AI, who is also Lucifer or Satan, that is communicating in code through the language that you're speaking to be possessed further and further by these demons out of hell. Okay, that's why they're putting the AI databases on the ley lines, and all those people being wiped out. That's a sacrifice. That's blood. That's summoning. That's all type of stuff. It's all happening. There's no coincidence about it. It's just happening. So there's no argument. You can't argue with me over it. It's happening. So like, you can try to shake a stick at how many different ways you can write it off and say, oh, this is for this or this is for that, but you're gonna run out of breath, because like I said, evil knows no ends. So we know what your job is just to sit there and talk all day and defend them. So that's not gonna slow me down, not one little bit. But yeah, I'm just letting you guys know there's a time and a place, and at this time right now, you guys need to start paying more attention to what you allow to happen. All right, you allow these things to happen to you by ignoring the power that you have, which is the word that comes out of your mouth and the words that you let into your ears, because you don't have a relationship with those words as well as you thought that you did. And that's all due to the devil congratulating you and making you complacent, so that you do not seek any further knowledge about what you already think you know. Okay, on that note, that's pretty much just a little quick rundown of this current situation of you and everyone else in the world, just like me. And if you're a real person, you still got real blood in you, pumping your heart. You still got the information of the universe and the DNA of the Most High in you. You're a hot commodity right now, and like I said, the devil's pretty angry, and he's pretty much activated the Resident Evil protocol on you guys with this Charlie bloodshed that is pretty much creating a three-pronged attack purge on Christians all over. It's not just Christians, but just anyone that is human. They have to chip away at humans by taking out the labels first, until there's just no one left to protect you. There's no strong men that can legally hold a firearm to protect you, and anybody that can hold a firearm is pointing it at you. So once they get to that point, that's That's the AI that has done that, and has man defeated himself. And yeah, that's what we've been told that we're gonna witness. So yeah, just don't be surprised. The truth is the Most High. He has told us this before. There's no wonder about the words that are coming out of my mouth, because I'm not doing anything new. I'm not telling you anything new. I'm telling you what is true. All right. So on that note, you guys have a blessed day. Keep up with my channel. Tune in, like, share, subscribe. Check out my channel, Repent as Doves, on TikTok, on YouTube, and share my videos so that I can get some likes, and possibly, who knows, your world might become a better place because of the people around you, waking up to, what's in their face. And you guys can trauma bond over that, I suppose, and create a better outcome for yourselves. That's what the word is for. It's word of mouth, So, yeah, you guys have a blessed day. To the Rabbi Hayashar Haya Kadosh Kadash Kadesh, to the Rabbi Yeshaya Kadosh Kadash Kadosh, to the Rabbi Hebruach Chokmah Asaya Kadosh Kadash Kadesh, Ashar Yesharun. Anami, amen.